Okay, so checking in from the Olympia, and if you're watching this, you are probably someone who already knows how the Olympia went. Um, so now, I'm really glad. I had a feeling this was going to happen. I told myself, maybe you guys can't remember, I was going to wait to see how the Olympia went before I really made a decision on Ben Weeder, because I was thinking, like, when I saw Taylor, or when I talked to Taylor and she said she was doing Ben Weeder, I was like, there's no way I'm going to win this show. Like, it's not possible for me to beat her, especially in a small lineup. But then I was like, well, let me just see how the Olympia goes. Like, let me see. Really, it was like, let me confirm that her routine is not beatable at this moment. People can decide whether they think that or not, but that's how I feel, and that's how every single judge has made it pretty clear. So I was like, let me just confirm that. And basically, I was like, if Taylor smokes everybody, then I'm not doing Ben Weeder. I'm not going to waste my diet. I'm not going to waste my time doing this whole prep. Even though I told you guys, like, yes, okay, I'm definitely going to do it. At the same time, like, there was no reason for me to continue to be in prep. What I knew for a fact, that there was no way I could win, right? So, that being said, Taylor got second at the Olympia. Because she got second, she is qualified for next year's Olympia. I talked to her. I said, I need you not to go to Ben Weeder because I need to win. And she said, I'm absolutely not going to Ben Weeder. So now I feel very confident in my ability to win Ben Weeder. I've been like going super hard on my diet, like just super hard on everything, just like making sure I'm not missing anything, because the absolute only way that I was ever going to beat Taylor was if I got first in physique, which would be hard going against Michelle, and if I got second in routine to Taylor, and she also like got last in physique, which I can't control that, right? Like I can't control that. So like the chances of me actually winning Ben Weeder were like very, 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 very low. However, now I'm like, well, if I thought that I was going to get second in routine to Taylor, now Taylor's not going to go. That obviously by default means that I feel confident in my ability to win routine. So I don't have to be first in physique. And not that I'm going to like slack on my diet by any means, but it just relieves a lot of the stress I had about having to make sure because you guys have heard me on my show day, I wake up and I'm stressed, and are my legs looking the way they're supposed to look, and how's my conditioning, and now I feel like it's okay, Andrea, just come how you come. Do your best, come peeled, come with a better look, because I still want to come with an improved look, right? Like, I don't want to get worse. I still want to improve, but I also feel significantly less pressure to win this round, right? So anyway, I'm less than a week out from peak week. I was exactly 2 weeks out yesterday, which was Friday, by the way. It's Saturday at the Olympia. So I'm 2 weeks out yesterday. And this next week, we go home tomorrow, like every single thing is scheduled. Every meal, every cardio, every workout, everything of my next 9 days before we travel is scheduled out, because you guys, I have to win this show. I have to win this show. If I don't win this show, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But as far as I'm concerned, now that I know Taylor's not doing it, like I'm back on the way that I was. I'm back on that train of like, this is a non-negotiable for me. I'm hammering this routine. I'm hammering this diet. I'm hammering my posing conditioning. I posed with Sydney on Tuesday. So like, I really, really want to win this qualification. Obviously, so does everybody. I know Michelle does. I know Abby does. Like, we all want to win this qualification, but I really, really, really feel like this is my opportunity. So, especially with only like 9 shows next year in the qualifying year, and like someone like Ariel potentially having to do one of those 9, like, you have someone like Ariel, then you have someone like Jody, you have Sarah, like, you have, when I think of, okay, there's only 9 shows in the qualifying year, I could easily name 9 people that could probably win any show that they do besides the Olympia. Ariel, I would assume, right? We can assume that Ariel would win the Arnold, but she's also lost to Jacqueline twice now. So maybe Jacqueline's going to win the Arnold, and Ariel is still going to have to qualify for the Olympia. All that to say is, Ben Weeder for me feels like my chance. It feels like my opportunity. So we're going to see how it goes. Honestly, I'm still like struggling, not really struggling, but I'm still just like, everything is still a chore. I'm not like how I was earlier in prep, maybe like 6 weeks ago, like getting excited to do cardio, like looking forward to doing cardio. Like, I'm going to go crush cardio. I'm going to go crush my routine. Like wanting to be in prep right now. Everything is still a mental challenge. However, at this point now, I'm like, look, you don't have a choice. Like, you're going to make yourself do it whether you're excited about it or not. So that's where we are on that note. All right, guys, it is something. It's obviously on the screen right now. I'm like 10 days out from Ben Weider, and remember how I was like, okay, Taylor's not doing it. Now, like, this is my show. This is my win. I'm just having a really hard time. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been in prep for so long, but I've done long preps before, and I just don't remember struggling like this. Like, now I'm like, I don't know. I will be completely honest with you guys, because that's what I do. I'm completely honest with you. I feel like, now, I don't know who all will be at the show, right? You never know who's going to be at the show until the list comes out. I just feel like the physique rankings are solidly the physique rankings. I'm not going to beat Michelle in the physique round. It's just not going to happen. I just think that Michelle is a solid first place physique. I know coming into Chattanooga, I was like, oh, me and Michelle may be going tit for tat. Not when I saw her in real life. I am just not muscular enough, and she is coming in tighter every time. So I'm not going to beat Michelle. Again, maybe if I got super peeled, but like I said, I've been having a really hard time checking into this prep, so I will not be coming in super peeled. Like, I'm going to be coming in as lean as I'm going to come in, but I'm not going to be lights out conditioning for this show. Now, again, maybe if I did come in lights out conditioning, I could maybe beat her. I just didn't see that happening, and I don't see that happening. So I just feel like the physique rankings are going to be the physique rankings. I think Michelle is going to be a very clear first place. And again, you don't really know how people are going to show up till you see them, but I think that I will likely be a very clear second place. And I think that then will be Ashley and Abby. I have no clue who else is doing it. That's just my guess. I don't see the next 10 days of killing myself changing those physique rankings. I do think that I'm going to win the routine. And honestly, I'm like, it doesn't really matter. As long as you win the routine, you're going to win the show. So that being said, your girl is struggling on this diet. So much extra peanut butter, so much extra everything that's not on my diet. And I can't get a hold of myself. Like, I'm PMSing right now. And so I'm just out of control. It's wild because Olympia weekend, I was on point. I brought my meals to the show. Like, I was carrying my gallon. Like, I was on my shit. And since I've been back, I'm just like, well, whatever. You're not going to beat Michelle. So just, it's stupid. I need to get my shit together because I'm going to mess around and then get third in physique. And then I'm not necessarily, then winning the routine round might not help me. So anyway, I just had to be honest with you guys. Like, your girl is struggling. Your girl is struggling. Made brownies for Ruben last night. I definitely ate a brownie. So I have 10 days. I need to get my shit together, especially because 7 of those days are peak week. Like, you really don't do much during peak week. So I have 3 days to like really, really, really like try to get some water off. Like, I'm still holding like that 132, 133. Like, I'm not like I'm gaining all this weight, but I'm definitely watery. Legs look okay. I took pictures yesterday, but not the way that I want. Like, whether I win or not, I still want this to be another personal best. You don't want to go like, oh my gosh, that was a personal best, then compete again. Oh my gosh, that was an even better personal best, and then compete again and look like shit and then win. Like, yes, I want to win, but if I win not looking and feeling my best, I don't know like how excited I'll really be about it, right? Like, and this is the last thing because I got to go inside to work, but like, I won Toronto Pro 2 years ago, but my pictures are horrible. So whenever I like share pictures from that season, I always share my Ben Weider pictures, even though I got third at Ben Weider. I never share my Toronto pictures. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, that's the show that I won. So that's like the experience that I want to share. But I hate those pictures. I hate the way that my pictures turned out at Toronto because I hated my posing. Like, I didn't feel great. I felt amazing at Ben Weider, even though I didn't win. So I just don't want that to happen where it's like, this is the show that I win. But like, it's the show whose pictures that I hate the most. And my look is the worst. And anyway, so I got to go. All right, it is November 7th. I trained all day today. Well, I didn't train all day. That's actually a lie. I trained early this morning. Then I had the middle of the day off. Took Reagan to gymnastics, took a nap, all that stuff. Then I trained this afternoon. Now I'm at the gym. I got about 45 minutes until the childcare closes. So I'm going to run some skills on the hard floor. So I have actually only had 2 practices, including right now, since Chattanooga. I've run some skills like in between camp, or like if I have 10 minutes quickly at the gym, like I'm going to come in this exercise room and run some skills. But I've done one like real practice where, that practice that I was like, oh, I'm going to change the skill, blah, 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 blah. That day I didn't have my wrist guard, my wrist wrap. And then right now I'm about to get like a good 45 minutes of skills. I've done 0 full outs since Chattanooga. I'm going to do a full out on Sunday, or as many full outs as I need on Sunday to feel good, because that's probably going to be my only day doing full outs before the show. So yeah, I feel pretty good. We're going to see how I feel after this practice. I mean, I have 45 minutes, but I'm hoping that it doesn't take me 45 minutes to feel good about the skills. I am not changing. There was one thing that I was going to change, but I'm actually not going to change it anymore. I'm going to change it back. Basically, now that Taylor's not going, I feel like less pressure to do really well in the routine. Even though I was never going to beat her in the routine, I still wanted to, I don't know, I still felt like I wanted to make upgrades. I guess just to be closer, even though there's like, it doesn't matter, because it's rankings. It's not like, anyway, but now that I feel like the favorite coming into this. Abby is hard. Abby does really good routines. She does really hard skills. So on one hand, I still want to keep the upgrades because I know Abby's going to be a challenge to get through. But on the other hand, I'm like, you got to execute this with perfection. That's what Becky told you the last time she saw you, is improve your execution. And I don't want to come to this show and not have done that because I wanted to make upgrades to the skills, right? So I'm just gonna keep it the same. There is one thing that I am changing because changing it will make the execution better, right? But I'm not doing any upgrades. I just gotta nail this routine because I gotta win this show. There are not many shows to qualify. The Olympia is like 3 weeks earlier next year than it was this year. So this year it was early November. Next year it's mid-October. So the qualifying period ends sooner. So there's not a lot of shows, and there's a lot of competitors. There's a lot more competitors that expect to be at the Olympia than there are shows. So if I don't win this show right now, the chances of me winning a show, now, do I think I could win another show? Yes. But the chances of that happening are significantly lower than the chances of me winning this show, right? Like, so anyway, wrapping up my race, about to get warmed up, and just going to run some of these sections so that I feel good about them. And yeah, I had to get my mind right today, but we're going to talk about that later when I'm not on a clock. Morning, guys. Happy peak week. I think yesterday was officially peak. I don't really know. Everybody was posting yesterday happy peak week, but today is exactly 7 days out. It's the steam from my coffee. Today is exactly 7 days out, so I think now it's peak week. So it's my peak week vlog. Had check-ins this morning. I'll post those after. My skin is so dry and flaky right now. I gotta exfoliate. I need a facial. Anyway, I, as you well know, have had so many back and forth emotions about this show. Obviously, now that Taylor's not doing it, I feel really good about my chances of winning. I definitely don't feel like this is going to be a walk in the park for me. I've already talked about that. But I look okay in my check-ins. Like I said, I'm going to post those after. I have been real wishy-washy, and so I've had more than enough off-plan meals. I've skipped cardio more than I would like to admit. All that to say, my check-ins look okay. But I mean, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I look amazing. I look the same as I've been looking. I do think I'll have a good peak week, but I am also PMSing, which means water retention is going to be high. I actually think I'm going to be on my period during the show. My app says I'm going to start in 4 days and the show is in 7 days, so I'll probably be on the tail end of it, but I'm definitely still going to be on it. Doesn't really matter. Let's see what I was going to say. Oh, so and this is my own downfall, is I just really feel like the physique rankings are the physique rankings. I don't think that, I do think that if I would have been on point for the last 4 weeks since Chattanooga, I could have come in just peeled and probably won the physique round here. Because last year at this show, Michelle did win the physique round over Danielle, but it was by only 1 point. She didn't smoke her in physique. And so I'm like, if I would have come in super duper peeled, I maybe could have won the physique round, but I mean, the chances of that still, like, Michelle is just so muscular and she's also coming in tighter. So all that to say, I think the physique is going to be the physique. Like, I don't think that, I think Michelle's going to win the physique round. I think I'm going to get second in the physique round. Out of the people that I know are competing, I think Ashley's going to get third. I think Abby's going to get fourth. If Michelle Blondin's competing, I think she's going to get fifth. Like, I think that really no matter what any of us do in the next 7 days, that's the physique rankings. There also could be anybody else showing up at this show. I don't know who else is doing this show. I actually don't even know if Michelle is doing it. She just does this show sometimes, and she just competed at Chattanooga, so I feel like she's gonna do it. All that to say, just my mind hasn't really been in the diet and the cardio. I'm just like, whatever, I'm gonna get the same ranking as I got. I wish I wouldn't have done that, obviously. Can't get the time back. I wish I wouldn't have done that because I still would like to have a personal best, right? Like, I still would like to get on stage looking better than I did last time, and I think I might get on stage looking the same. Hold on. Sorry, anyway. I think I'm gonna look the same as I did at Chattanooga, which was a great look, but like every time you compete, you want to look better. So it is what it is. I've just been focusing on this routine. I gotta win the routine round. Like, there's no, if I don't win the routine round, I'm not winning this show. So I've just been doing skills, especially because I know Becky's judging, and Becky already gave me routine feedback. So I need to make sure that my routine reflects that feedback. The physique feedback she gave me, I can't do in 4 weeks. Like, fill out my back, I can't do that in 4 weeks. So I know that she's not expecting to see that. I know that she is expecting my routine to be better, like executed better. So I just really think that if I can do that, that will, one, it'll just be better for me in general, but two, I think it will look better. Like, it will give me more favor in her eyes, I guess. So anyway, I feel good, but I also feel nervous because I know that Michelle Gales and Abby both really want to win this show. So I know that they're both like trying really hard. And at this point, honestly, I think they're both probably trying harder than I am. I've been on the struggle bus, but we're gonna see what happens. But getting my hair done today, just getting it washed and blown today, getting braids tomorrow. That is one thing that's kind of making me nervous, like how my skills are gonna feel with braids, like, because it's heavier. But I do have practice on Sunday, so we're gonna see. But we're going on vacation right after, so I needed vacation hair. I wasn't about to go on a cruise with my hair like this, so I couldn't get in the water. So I'm kind of excited for that. I haven't had braids since middle school. Get my hair washed and blow dried so that tomorrow I can get braids. Okay, hair is done. Probably gonna delete this part of the video, to be honest. Like, nobody cares about this, but it is peak week and I can't imagine there's gonna be a lot for me to put on here, so I don't want the video to be too short, you know? Anyway, if this is here, I obviously decided to keep it. If it's not, I don't need to address it. So here's one thing I'm doing during peak week. Sorry about this lighting, just the sun's behind me. But there we go. So we are going on a cruise right after Ben Weider. Literally fly from DC to Fort Lauderdale early the next morning and get on a cruise ship. So hopefully there's no flight delays. Otherwise, we're missing the boat. So that being said, on top of the normal pre-show shopping that we have to do, which I actually don't have, the only thing that I had to buy before this show is what I had. Oh, I had to order more liquid sun rays because we're out of our self tanner. And then once I get my hair braided tomorrow, I have to figure out like how I'm gonna style my hair specifically during the routine round. I mean for both rounds, but especially the routine round. So I might have to get more like rubber bands, ponytail holders. I don't know how I'm going to do my hair. So that's the only thing I anticipate, like, maybe still having to buy. But on top of the pre-show stuff, now we have pre-cruise stuff that I have to buy. So I already ordered Reagan another swimsuit because we were supposed to go on this cruise in May. So I had swimsuits, I had dresses, like I had all this stuff already. But I don't know if she fits everything. I know for a fact she doesn't fit 2 of the things that I had bought her for the cruise. So just like started packing for her and just like re-upping, like, okay, I need to get another sundress for her for one of the days. I need to get her sandals. Her feet are growing so fast. My goodness. If you're a toddler parent, like, or you remember when your kid was a toddler, she's in a 9, like at Christmas last year. So now, I mean, it's been over a year. It's been almost a year. But like at Christmas last year, she was like a 4. Like her feet are growing so fast. So all that to say, like, I have to get her sandals. So anyway, got my hair done at the mall. And I went over, it's an outlet mall, so I went over to the Carter's outlet, and everything's pretty cheap, but I'm going to come back with her just to see, like, first off, I didn't want to buy anything without making sure she tried everything on that she has at home. I don't know if I need to get her a new swimsuit or not. And anyway, I just don't want to buy anything without her here, especially because I want to get her a hat, like a hat. But the hats they were like 12 to 24 months. I'm like, well, she's like a 3 to 4T. I just don't know if it'll actually fit her or not. So anyway, now I'm headed back home. I don't really have anything else to do since I did cardio. This morning. I mean, I could do skills this afternoon, which I might. I did some in the living room of my house. But I didn't really have much to do. I train in the morning tomorrow. So I'm kind of just kicking it. I mean, peak week, that's really what you want to do. Like, you really don't want to do a lot of stuff. You're trying to relax and reduce your inflammation and dry out. Whoa. Every time I get in the car, my music connects to my car and automatically starts playing. Anyway, I don't have much to do. I think I'm going to go home and just finish packing. Or not finish packing, but continue packing, sorting, trying clothes on, getting our matching outfits together because I'm that type of person. I love a good matching family fit. So we're going to be matching for at least 3 or 4 of the nights on the cruise. I love that. So anyway, that's it for now. I do want to chat about, like, how I'm feeling coming into this show, but that doesn't have to be right now. All right, it's day 2 of peak week, I guess. I don't know what the days are. I just know we're 6 days out. It's Saturday. I compete on Friday. We leave in 3 days, like Sunday, Monday, and then we're flying red eye on Tuesday. So I'm going to be home all Tuesday. Our flight's at like midnight on Tuesday. So anyway, that's not what I came on here to talk about. I came on here to talk about just my new mindset. I think I have like these like weird alter egos. I'm not gonna diagnose myself with like a split personality or something, because I obviously know that's not real. And also doing that, like say, oh, I have OCD when you don't really have OCD, or like, oh, I had a panic attack when you didn't really have a panic attack, like things like that. You're not like supposed to do that because that diminishes like the impact of talking about it. People who actually have those things, that's a sidebar. I do not have split personalities, but I do have multiple moods. I have mood swings, that's what I'll say. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing Ben Weider, I can't win, which would, if Taylor was still going, I would still feel that way. But now Taylor's not going, so I feel pretty strongly about my chances of winning, right? Again, I've mentioned this before, so I'm not going to talk in depth about it, but I don't think it's going to be an easy win for sure. Honestly, I think it's still going to be a big challenge for me to win, right? Like, I have to nail my routine. I can't leave any room in the routine. And I have to nail my peak. I can't leave any room in the physique. Like, that just is what it is. I can't get lower than second in the physique, and I have to win the routine. So anyway, all that to say, I still feel good about my ability to do both of those things.